Welcome back to my channel, Aundra Sharp, All is Wellness, where we talk all things wellness for our bodies, for our mind, and for our spirit. Hey, Denzel.
Hola, Cheryl.
¿Cómo está, Denzel?
Muy bien.
Awesome. I am glad that you are well. And
Yes.
speaking of well, I want to welcome you back once again. You know, I'm going to stop welcoming you back all the time because you're always welcome here. And after all, you know, you're here all the time because we live together, because you're my husband. And so you are welcome all the time.
Yes.
And it makes it easier when you're here. Honestly, you know, even though I know I am speaking to you and I'm glad that you are viewing, but it's so much easier for me, at least, when somebody's right here, that we can kind of piggyback off of each other and we can have a dialogue. And even though you may be talking with me out there, I can't hear you. So this makes it really, really good.
Yeah. And well, I tell you, I'm looking forward to the lesson today, the subject matter. And I'm sure you're going to be looking forward to it. But make sure you like us so we can move this along.
Yeah, like, subscribe, all of those good things. That is good. Well, we are talking about positive thinking. We're going to be talking about 5 wonderful benefits of positive thinking. And now I want to read one of the definitions that I looked up on positive thinking. And it reads, positive thinking is the practice of consciously thinking and speaking in a way that focuses on good, optimistic, and confident beliefs. It involves staying focused on good aspects of life and actively pushing away negative thoughts from the mind. It is a way of reframing our thoughts and challenging negative attitudes, allowing us to view situations from a more constructive and hopeful perspective. As I said, that is one definition I found on positive thinking. But tell me, what do you think about when we say positive thinking? Because that seems to be the thing. Just think positive,
Well,
you know, and we should.
I think positive thinking is the way that I would think anyone would want to go, because it's, to me, is the one way that bears the most positive fruit, I would say. When you think positive, it seems to be a lot less stress. Positive thinking gives you many avenues to success, because one avenue closed down. If you keep a positive attitude, you're really looking at, I can still make this happen. But if you have a negative attitude, you shut down. But positive, I can do this, I can do it this way, I can do it that way. And you know what? In positive thinking and thinking in yourself in a positive way, we're so believing in you that you can, but looking at it positive, make it happen for you.
Absolutely. And that is I love that, because that's your perspective. That's how you feel about positive thinking, and it's right on. I certainly agree with that. As we all know, positive thinking is not just a cure-all for everything. Just think positive and things happen. However, because there are going to be challenges in life, there are going to be some setbacks, but as you said, when you look at it in a more positive way, you're able to, I believe, gain even more strength in dealing, because it's not, you're not woe is me and really downtrodden on it, if you will, but you're looking at it more optimistically. And I believe it works every time. Just like in the Word of God, where it tells us in Philippians chapter 4, it says, think on these things. These are positive, good things that Paul was telling the people to think on. And so it definitely has many benefits of that from God's word, from our lives. And there was another thing I wanted to say on positive thinking.
Well, one insight I would say, on positive thinking is that as a man thinketh, so
That's
is
exactly.
he.
Yes.
And
yes.
so if you want to create in yourself a positive attitude, it's got to not only do with how you think, but what you say. And so you got to think right, say right, and then know there's an action. You just can't say it, but you got to do something
That's
with
right.
it, positively do
That's
it.
right.
Know you can do it because you really can. You really can.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And with that, we are going to talk about five important ways, 5 aspects or benefits, I should say, benefits to each of us for positive when we think positive.
Yes.
And the first one that I researched out it improves our overall health. Research has linked positive thinking to better overall physical health. What a benefit that is.
Yes.
Man, just to say I'm thinking positive, and it certainly is the case, without a doubt. I have, and I think I spoke on this some time ago, I have taken my blood pressure right after I have been upset, and then I began not only to calm down, but to think differently, and you would watch it lower. We all know blood pressure is dynamic anyway, but it does indeed help with our overall health. It also says here that it includes increased lifespan. Now that's amazing, that thinking positive can increase your lifespan. It also lowers the rate of depression and other cardiovascular diseases. That's amazing.
That's plain out amazing.
It really is.
Just positive thinking, because it goes back to you are more than capable, you're more than able, you can do it. God hasn't put anything out here that can be done that you can't do. All you have to do is be positive about it and move forward. I mean, move forward. And that's, when you was talking physical, I was really thinking about exercising and all this stuff, because sometimes we fight for 1 pound, but you have a positive attitude for 1 pound. Not only do you increase it from a mental side, but you increase it from your physical side.
That's right.
And then you know what? You get up the next day, positive attitude. I can do it again. I can do it again. I can do it again. And you can fight that thing positive every day. And you know what the great thing about it is when you have a mate or a friend or someone that you hang with or that you're around that is positively motivating you.
Yes.
You can't put it all on them now.
Yes, that's right.
But honey, when you're motivating yourself, and when someone else is motivating you, it makes for a great match.
Does. Like you can do it, Dunzo.
You can do it.
You
Yep,
can do
yep,
it.
yep.
And you will.
I can do it. I can do it.
Absolutely.
Oftentimes, though, I can do it. That she used to tell me I can do it, and I'll be running toward a honey bun. No.
Listen, no. He has a honey-do list.
Yes.
To a honey to-do list. All right. The second positive thing. You want to read it?
Oh yes. To improve our psychological health. Positive thinkers not only improve our moods and our outlook on life, it can also serve to reduce stress and anxiety. Oh man, that stress, that anxiety, you can remove much of that by having a positive attitude. I tell my wife often, I say, Aundra, I tell you this. I said, oftentimes most of the things that we think about and we fret about do not happen.
Right.
Do you find that to be true?
Yeah, it certainly is. It certainly is. And even in when, what did it say? Not only thinking improves our mood and our outlook, but yeah, when I was thinking about the psychological health, it's how our perception of a thing. Sometimes if something is going awry in our lives, instead of saying, oh my gosh, it's never going to get better, this is just how it is, change that thought, change your mind. It is going to be okay.
Yes.
It is going to be okay. And that in and of itself is such a great help, like you said, to switch around.
Make decisions, make positive decisions.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. If I'm in the mud, my positive decision is to get out of the mud.
That's right.
Right? I can't stay in the mud and then just say, get out of the mud, Go positive.
Yes. The third way, or the third positive effect that positive thinking has on us, it improves our resilience and ability to cope with difficult situations.
Yes.
And we said a little bit about that earlier, that even in thinking positive, there will be challenges in our life. However, it does indeed improve our ability to cope with it. It says positive thinking can help us to navigate the tough situations in life more effectively as we begin to focus on solutions rather than the problem. That is so key, because when we have things, when we have stuff, when we have what we call mountains so high with, oh my gosh, just different struggles and everything, we begin to look at the problems more than the solution. But we all have the solution. The solution is in us. And when we begin to just focus on that and clear our minds and kind of calm and settle, you find it.
Yes.
You find it.
And you want, no matter what situation you're in, don't you want a positive outcome? So you're thinking on, how can I make this work the best for me? And I want it to be a good, solid, positive outcome. And that's where your mind should be at. You don't have time for the negative. I don't think you have time for the negative things. Because the negative thing is not going to get you the end result, which you want something positive to happen.
Absolutely.
So I'm thinking about what is the best positive thing that we want to happen. And my mind is on solutions and my push. And I'm going forward on that. I don't even lay down in bed thinking about negative things. I just go forward.
And that's
go
great.
forward.
And the fourth, Denzel?
Yes, it's problem solving. Problem solving. When you have a positive attitude, it helps us think more objectively, because we're looking at the way we can solve that problem, the different aspects. We're researching how we can make this happen versus how it's not going to happen.
Right.
We said all these ways we can make this happen, and we're sitting back and we're ready. When we hit something, we regroup and we go forward. We keep our eye on the mark.
And I like that, which said objectively, because most times when we're in a problem, we're looking at it subjectively. We're in it, but when you can take yourself out of it and look objectively and rationally, it makes all the difference in the world.
Yes.
And the last way that positive thinking has a positive effect on our being is that it improves relationships. Positive thinking helps us to develop and maintain strong and healthy relationships, as it facilitates more meaningful interactions with others and a better overall sense of oneself. Because we could have such low self-esteem, but when we are more positive, we have a healthy self-esteem. A healthy self-esteem, because it's not too much to think, it's not good rather to think too highly of yourself either, and then we don't want to think too lowly. But when we have a healthy self-esteem, that is a more balanced approach and a better approach. So go ahead.
No, thank you. But I really do really appreciate that positive relationship, because in this thing of building ourselves up, feeling spiritually, we want positive relationships. If we talk positive to each other, then we get positive outcome. We don't have those negative things. We don't have those blow-ups. Why? Because we're talking positive. We know what each other can do and what each other capable of. That's the same thing we believe y'all are doing too.
How do you think our relationship is? What do you think?
Oh shoot, girl! Hey, look, I am on camera. We are the best.
The best.
Hey, look, what?
We have our days.
But that's the reason we started this, so we can remind ourselves to think positive. Yes.
We have our days and we have our moments like everyone else. But like he just said, we really wanted to focus on this today as a reminder, not only to you guys, but to us as well, because we all need this thing. So there were 5 thinking positive that it will have a positive effect on our body. Ways. There are 5 ways. I said that all jacked up. But 5 ways positive thinking has a positive effect on our body.
Yes.
And the first was improved overall physical health.
Yes.
The second was improved psychological health. The third was improved resilience and ability to cope with difficult situations. The fourth was improved problem-solving ability. And the fifth was improved relationships.
Yes.
Right, Gonzalo?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
This improved our relationship, right?
Oh, we was improved.
Yes.
Hey, one of the things I do say is speak positive, not only to your friends, but especially to your kids. Speak positive. Let them know that they are the next best things than sliced bread. They're good. They good and they can do it, and because you can do it. Be the great example of positive thinking.
Great example. So as always, we certainly thank you for joining. Don't forget to hit the like
button.
Do subscribe.
Yes.
And share.
Yes.
And until we see you again, God bless you. We love you. Peace.